Hi everyone, welcome to another practice. This one is a little bit shorter than some of the other ones. If you're looking for something to either begin or finish a longer movement practice, this is perfect. It's going to be focused primarily on stretching, some slower stretches closer to the floor. So if you have one block and a strap, that would be great. So we are going to actually get started with both. So take a moment to get your block and place it the wide way underneath your seat. So we're going to come into a kneeling position here to get started. So frame the block with your inner thighs. And this is going to activate your legs a little bit. So, your inner ankles, not your inner thighs. So we're going to take the block against the inner ankles and then just give it a little bit of a squeeze. So you should feel all 10 of your toes press down a little bit more. You could even bring your hands or your fists to the soles of your feet and give yourself a little massage there for the soles of the feet just to get started, just to feel the tops of the feet ground into the floor more evenly. And then once you've established that foundation, just a couple breaths here, close your eyes, take your shoulders back slightly, move your ribs back, start to lift your navel in and up. A few breaths just to center yourself, prepare yourself. And continue to focus on steady, even breaths, letting the inhale be about the same length as the exhale. And then as you're here, really try to root your sitting bones down. So the base of the pelvis roots down and then lift up through the top of your head. So you feel like you're growing a little taller as you lift the core slightly. Take a moment to open up your eyes and take a hold of your strap. Open up your strap at least as wide as your shoulders, maybe a fair bit wider than that. So we're going to do some shoulder work here, shoulder flossing. Pull on the strap, take your pinky fingers down, wrap them down, and then try to move the front ribs in, pull on the strap, and we'll go back and forth. So we're going to try to work all parts of the body here to stretch out with stability. So as you're moving through the range that feels comfortable for you, make sure that you're minimizing the amount of movement that you're creating in the rib cage. So there will be a little bit, but try to keep your front ribs drawn in a little bit. Maybe one or two more. Keep pulling on the strap and go into a comfortable stretch across the front of the chest. We'll take the strap up above, elevate the shoulder blades a little bit, keep pulling on the strap, and then we'll do some laterals here, side bends. You can pause if it feels good. If there's a particular place where you feel like you need to be for a little longer, stay there. Try to side bend on the exhale. Lifting the bottom ribs up as you side bend. Let's do one more on each side. Again, little awareness there, controlling the movement of the front ribs. Stretch it out. Lift up, lower the strap down. You can set it off to the side for now. And take a twist. Wrap yourself around to the right. You can bring your left hand to your outer right thigh. Maybe open your eyes and look over your right shoulder. You're going to keep the left hand where it is. Bring yourself back to the center. Cross your right arm over your left. So little tiny cat back here. Spread your shoulder blades out. Stretch across your back. And then lift yourself up. Take yourself around to the left. Right hand stays pressing against the outside edge of the left leg. Open up your chest. Keep hugging the block with your inner feet, inner ankles. And then as you exhale, come around to the center. Cross your left arm over your right. Breathe across your upper back. Relax. And then lift yourself all the way up. We're going to keep that block where it is just a little longer here. So come onto all fours. I'm going to scoot myself more to the center of my mat. Now the tops of the feet are going to stay on the floor in tabletop. Squeeze the block with your inner feet. Press down through your toes. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, round the spine. And again, inhaling and exhale. So let it feel easy. Press down through the tops of the feet a little bit more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. Biceps turn forward, exhaling. Chin to chest. Come back to the middle. Now try to keep your left foot where it is, sort of positioned against the block, just for alignment. Reach your right foot or step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand. You can walk your hands out a little bit. And then lean into this right foot a little bit more. So try to drop into your left hip. Now we're going to make some circles here. Circling out 4 times to the outside for this right thigh. You can even lift the sole of your foot off the floor. And then circle back around to the left side. So these can be little circles. They can be slightly larger. You'll feel lots of different places there on the inner and outer thighs start to stretch out. And then pause here. You could come up on your fingertips, drop in a little more if you feel comfortable doing that. Take your shoulders back. And then as you exhale, bring your right foot back. Come back to tabletop. Drop into a child's pose here, 1 breath. So your seat might land on the block for a little support. Keep hugging in. Tops of the feet press. Inhale, rise up again. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Set up your position there. You can lean a little more into your left foot and then start those circles 4 times externally, right? So moving to the outside, rolling around there on the sole of the foot, and then 4 times moving the other way. And then come back, keep your right toes pointed, maybe lift up onto the fingers, lift the chest, lean forward, breathe into the stretch. And then flatten your palms, step your left foot back. Come to your child's pose here. You can drop the elbows, spread the shoulder blades, push into your 10 toes. And then let's come on up. Set yourself up again on your block. Right foot is going to come forward. So step your right foot down to the floor now. We're still sitting on this block. Left toes are under. So their top of the foot is on the floor. Left foot is pressed down. Now see if you can extend your right leg out. So it does not matter if your leg is straight. Adjust this, maybe bend the knees so that you can avoid this. You want to feel like you're sitting up tall. See if you can lean forward. So it's a supported runner's lunge on this block. You can flex your foot back, maybe point your toes 4 and 3. So it's really up to you how you want to work on this. 2, getting different types of stretches here. And 1. Now maybe you turn, pull the toes back, drop in a little bit more. You could even do a few little pulses if that felt good to you. You could flatten your palms. 1 more breath. So work on the stretch patiently. And then walk the hands back, lift your chest, bring yourself upright. Try to find your alignment. You can bring your fingertips to the floor. Try to pull this right foot in and come back onto your blocks. Rebalance. Lean to your right. Put your left foot on the floor, reset, and then extend the left leg out. Again, decide where you want this left leg to be. Again, no pulling in the low back. So you're still getting a stretch by bending the knee a little bit. Take a forward fold, bring your chest to your thigh, and maybe work your point and flex. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Drop in a little more. You could straighten your leg a little bit more. Little tiny pulses might also help. Relax your palms down. Breathe. So it's nice to work with the support of the block here in this runner's lunge position because you can kind of take the balance out of the equation and focus on the extended leg, as well as a little stretch there in the supported leg. And then come on up. Inhale. Bring your left foot, turn it under. Left foot comes in. Come back up. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Now you can turn your left toes under. Maybe drop in a little bit more into a lunge. Turn, twist. Bring your chest toward your right thigh. Roll your right shoulder back. If you want to take a quad stretch here, take your left foot in your right hand. Big deep breaths. And so get that left quad thigh to open up. Lower your left foot down. Now the right arm, just sweep it up. So get your right side. Lower your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Pick up your left knee. So stretch back. You can come up onto your fingertips. Turn to your left. So walk yourself around and drop in here. Now, a couple options. You can keep your hands on the floor. If your strap is there, you could take the strap between your hands and lift your arms. You could also clasp your hands and go without it, and just give yourself a good chest and shoulder opener here. So hug the feet toward the midline, lift the sitting bones up. And then release it. Lift your chest. Stretch out. Walk around to the front. Bring your left knee down. Step your right foot back. And we'll reset. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. You can tuck your right toes. Drop in, set yourself up. Take your right palm flat. Turn toward your left leg. So you can use your left hand on the outside of your left knee to kind of pull yourself in. Stay here. Or bend your right knee, catch your foot, if that works for you. Push into your left foot. Turn your belly button and your ribs to the left side. Hug in a little to the middle of the mat. And carefully lower your right foot. Give yourself a left side body stretch. Reach, turn. And then circle your left hand down. Same thing, second side. We're going to pick up. Find a more active lunge for a moment. Quarter turn to the right. Line up your feet. I'm just going to leave that block alone for now. And then let it go. So you can do the same thing you did the first side. If you clasped your hands, you could take your arms up and keep them unclasped and work more of an active, sort of imaginarily pressing the hands together toward one another, and then dropping the crown of your head down. Take one more breath. Let it go. Release your hands down. Lift your chest. Walk around to the front. Now, the left foot's going to step back. Frame the block with your feet. So your big toes are just framing the block. So notice there, if your heels kind of wrap in, that means there's a little turn out there. So just hold the block with the big toe mound of each foot. Bend the knees for 4. Press. 3, biceps forward. Press. 2 more. Hover the knees. And 1. Hold on to your down dog. Stretch it out. Maybe pedal your legs. This is your chance here. Did some stretches there for the hamstrings. Now we're coming back. Spread the shoulder blades out. Push with the hands. Take 2 more breaths. Anything that you want. Look at the block. Let that be your focal point. Press down into the block a little bit and then spread your toes. So it just helps bring awareness to where your heels are. If the heels are, again, against the block, draw them away from one another. Relaxing your neck. As you come into your next exhale, take your knees down to the floor. Now we can set that block off to the side. You can keep your knees down or pick your knees up, lower yourself onto your front. Hips press down into the floor, forehead down. Bend your right knee, catch your right foot. Take another quad stretch here, supported by the floor. Stretch your left arm out in front of you. Maybe come onto the tips of your fingers, and then just play with this a little bit. So just taking some time to maybe move the heel in a little closer, wrap the right hip bone toward the floor. Keep your other leg actively reaching, so stretch back through your left toes. And then take this breath to release your right foot. You can bring your hands back in, side two. Left heel pulls in, right leg. Stretch it back. So it's not relaxed. There's still movement and energy there in that right leg. Extend your right arm long. Left heel comes in. Roll your right inner thigh up. Press your left outer hip down. And then let it go. Bring your hands back in line with your chest. Now, the right arm is going to stay in line with your chest. Take your left arm out to the left, shoulder height. Turn your head to the right. Bend your right knee, roll open here. So we're getting a left chest stretch. Now your right foot can hover. You can put the ball of your foot on the floor or put your whole right foot down. Perfectly fine to keep your right hand here. Option to take your right arm up. It's going to give you a more whole, like a whole right side body stretch. Now turn your right palm to face the front of your mat. Option here to reach your right arm over your right ear. You can put your fingertips on the floor. So now you're getting a stretch for the left shoulder and the right shoulder. Reach through your your left foot. Exhale. Bring your right hand in and then carefully unwind back to the center, and we'll go to the other side. So the right arm comes out, turn your head to the left, square yourself off, bend your knee, bring your heel in pretty close, and then start to take your time. So the transition is part of the pose, part of the movement, and then you can rest the ball of your foot maybe, or your whole foot on the floor. Align your right leg long on the floor, so keep energy moving through it. Option to take your left arm up. You can also keep it on the floor. Maybe spin your palm to face the front and reach your left arm over. So if there's any pinching or you're like holding your breath to get through this, that's your signal to make a change, make an adjustment so that you're safely stretching your shoulders and not going too far. Spend one more breath here, slowly stretching through your outer left side. Really using the floor here. Now stretch up, bring your left hand back in, and very carefully come back to the center. Take your hands in line with your chest. You can drop your forehead down, keep your neck relaxed, slide your shoulder blades together, roll your inner thighs up, reverse a push-up, back to child's pose. Tuck your toes under for this one. So stretch out your low back a little bit. And bring yourself up to tabletop. Let's transition to a seat here. Make sure your block is close by and take a hold of your strap. So you could fold your strap if it's really long like this one. You could fold your strap in half once, just shorten it a little bit. We're going to put the strap across the fronts of the ankles for a bridge pose variation. Lower yourself down. And then before you lift your hips, I just want you to, again, put some tension on the strap, even here on the floor. Pull against it. Push the fronts of your ankles into it. Widen your heels. And even here, I'm feeling an opening across my chest. I don't even have to lift up. Wrap your outer arms toward the floor. Let your chest lift a little bit. So there's a little arch in the spine. This could be it. If this feels good, just stay here and stretch right across from shoulder to shoulder. or you could lift up. So again, don't let the heels drop in and the knees come out. I want you to feel the heels, the outer heels move toward away from one another, and then pull back on the strap, move your shins forward and lift your hips up. So you'll give yourself a little stretch for the arms, the chest. Now the outer shoulders, the thumbs can wrap down a little bit more to externally rotate your upper arm bones. Take another big stretch. So get the fronts of the hips. It's a little more active. Work the legs here for this last breath. And then lower down. Separate the shoulder blades, come down. Keep a hold of the strap. Grab your block. Pick up your hips, slide it under. So keep the block on its lowest setting. You can move your left foot a little closer in. Bring your right knee into your chest. You could keep the strap folded over once or open it back up if you need a little more. Bring the strap under your right foot. So nothing too intense. Take the strap over the ball of your foot so that you can push the ball of your foot up into it, and then maybe extend your left leg here. If it bothers your back, keep your left foot on the floor, but you'll get a little extra opening there in the front of the left hip. So bringing the right hip away from your rib cage. You could even bring your right hand to your hip crease and give it a little press. Big sweeping breaths here, reaching through your heels. If your left leg is extended, bend your knee, put your foot down, bend your right knee, slide the strap off. Set up for your second side. Left knee comes in, loop the strap, extend up. Set it up there across the ball of your foot. Push the ball of your foot up into the strap. Pull your toes back toward your face. So there's a little inner spiral of the left leg there. And then again, you could reach the right leg out. Keep your sides long. Pull in a little bit. Adjust there. Get into that left hip crease with the left hand, left index finger pressing against and encouraging the hip to move away from the bottom of your ribs. Keeps the left side long. Take another 2 breaths here. Start to bend your right knee. Put your right foot down. Bend your left knee. Lift your hips up. Slide the block out. Lower down. Final movement here using the strap. I'm going to fold it over to make it a little shorter. Cross your right thigh over your left, like eagle legs. Pick up your legs. Now see if you can flex your feet. You can lift the strap here and take it over your knees and just kind of bind it a little bit more if you would like a little more compression. If that's too much for your knees or your hips, you don't need to do that. But try to draw everything in here a little closer using the strap. If you're not using the strap, you could hold the back of your left thigh. Let's pull it all in a little bit. And then set the strap off for a moment. Lower your left foot to the floor. Drop the knees over to the left. We'll take a momentary twist here with eagle legs. If, again, there's too much compression in your right knee, you can put your right foot more off to the side so you open up that shape a little bit more. So the right leg is just loosely crossed over the left. It's up to you. Turn from your rib cage. Breathe here. One more breath. Soften into the exhale. Remove the tension from your shoulders, from your hips, and from your knees. And then bring yourself back to center. Uncross the legs and we'll take it to side 2. Eagle leg set up. Left foot hangs off to the side. Lift your feet off the floor. If you want to use the strap, that's fine. Take it over the top shin or the top knee, and you'll feel again as you pull down on the strap, there's a little bit more hip compression. And if you're open in this shape, that could feel nice. If that's too much, again, don't use the strap. Chin is slightly tucked, feet are flexed. So pressing your back ribs down into the floor. Last breath. Feel your weight drop down. Set the strap out of the way. Arms can come out to the side. Drop your eagle legs to the left, to the right. And now the left leg is on top. Again, check in here with your knees, your hips, your low back. You could open that shape up a little bit by just taking the left leg away from the right and letting your left foot rest on the floor. Right knee is tucked under, palms face up. Final breath. Exhale your way onto your back. Bring your feet to the floor. So this could lead you to a few different places. You could bring your knees into your chest. You could go to happy baby and then bring yourself up away from the floor and move on to something a little more active. You could also use this to close out your physical work, maybe by bringing the soles of your feet together and just letting the knees come out for a few breaths of reclined bound angle that might then lead you to Shavasana. It's totally up to you. So however you decide to use this in your practice, I hope it served you well. And I will see you next time. Namaste.